Is this even recording? I think it's recording. Okay. Hi there, everyone. I have a page 5 here for Corbeau that I haven't started yet. I mean, I've got all the stuff in there. Page 6, I've just barely started, but I'm running into a problem. And the problem is, this is meant to be a panel break between panel 1 and panel 2. But I've got this sort of cell with bars, and it's going to create vertical lines. So anything I put in here will look like it's part of one big panel. I've got to figure out some way maybe just some way to break up this line that goes vertically. And I don't know what to do. Maybe I put a piece of equipment. Maybe I take this whole section out. Maybe they're looking at it on a view screen or something, a monitor. That can be done. Maybe they've turned away and they're looking at something else. But this is meant to be the page with the big reveal of who's the bad guy, right? We've seen a little bit of who the bad guy is because they revealed Ape Legion. So maybe whatever we do here, can be reflected. I don't know. I'll have to think about it some more. Whatever's happening in this panel to this panel. This is our main bad guy and the bad guy assistant discussing things, and then we're going to switch back to what's going on inside the cell. Okay. We're jumping ahead. Let's go back to page 5. Let's do some inking and just say what we did it. Layer 1. So, there we go. Layer 1, technical pen. There we go. I was watching Tim Pool this morning. I'm teaching this week, but only my class doesn't start until a little bit later in the day. And I was watching, and he had Pete Parada, formerly of a band I used to like, The Offspring, and then Dickie Barrett from Mighty Mighty Bosstones. I didn't realize Dickie Barrett had the same thing happen to him. In fact, I seem to remember there was even a video that I was like, oh, I guess Dickie Barrett is one of those guys too. But he's not. He actually took a stand. I always thought he was a stand-up guy. Good guy from what I could tell. And I was like, oh, he's getting sucked into the nonsense, and happy to be wrong about that. All right, well, anyways. You might be surprised to know I am such a small-time, creator. And there was even an attempt to try and get me. There was a 3-hour video about me at one point. I have to laugh. Couple of schmucks. All right. Moving on. Layer 1, layer 2, and then ink. Ink layer. Rename Inky. Layer 1 will be called panels. Layer 2 will be called pencils. Pencils. And then Inky. What can you do, man? You can rusty nib yourself. So in this first panel, you can see that it's Corbeau getting blasted by the same thing that blasted Hora. I'm trying to make that his... Okay. Looks good. Okay. And he's got the mustache. He doesn't have as pronounced a mustache. There we go. How about like that? I think that if he's getting blasted backwards, his scarf should be going the other direction. Right? Shouldn't he be going... It should be going this way. So in the pencils, I was wrong. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, and I did the gloves wrong too. So the gloves... I think I went too... First of all, there's a couple of problems here. I made the arm too long. I like the hand that I got here. And the pencils. But I did the glove wrong. So the glove, he's got these, this bomber jacket with this kind of wrist on here. So he is wearing gloves. But the gloves are just like, you know, wrist length gloves. And then the angle lets us put all the fingers going the same direction. This is an interesting trick I was going to show you when you're when in doubty. One finger outie. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put two fingers together. And I definitely... He's got like a mega thumb. What's going on with that? When in doubty, mega thumb outie. And then we could just take this entire glug. Let's put it right there. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. When we take the pencils away, it seems to hang together. It seems to be generally functional. These are gloves, so they have seams that go along the side of the finger. And I haven't done the hatching for the whole thing yet, but we got the beginnings of something. Okay. Same problem here. I did not draw. I drew the gloves as sort of big gauntlet gloves. They are gauntlet gloves in the very first Corbeau. And on the second one, I can't remember, but I wanted to make this conscious decision to use a more realistic looking jacket in the third. This is the third one. And there we go. There's the... Now he's wearing a gun belt. There's his gun going up in the air. The holster is on the other side. There we go. All right. Life is good. once we figured all this stuff out. Here's the laser Zot. It's not a laser, it's a stun, an energy beam or blast of some sort. It leaves him knocked out. A concussion blast. There we go. Now I'm not going to do a background for this one unless we do maybe some action lines. My standard for backgrounds is you must have an establishing shot at least once every 1.5 pages. Now if you remember the last page I did, which is I finally did finish, and I had some more too, is I did an establishing shot 4 of the 5 panels there is establishing shot. This other one I did some focus lines. So I think what we're going to do for this, for this one, is we're going to do focus lines on the first one. This is going to be a big establishing shot in the middle, and then this is going to be an establishing shot. So we're going to have, we're way over the mark on, you know, the minimal. So we should be good, right? Okay, here's my other trick I like to do. Use the seams of the clothing to hide your contour marks in and reinforce your perspective. So you can put a seam along the sleeve. Let's see what it looks like. See how this seam goes along the sleeve? That helps us understand where the curvature of the arm is. Now you have a similar trick that you can do with shadows. Use the shadow to also accentuate the volume of the form. Unfortunately, I don't have a good example up right here, but that can also be used in a similar way. Let's do the seam on the pants. Same concept. With this pants, he's an aviator. He's got them tucked into his aviator boots. I don't know if I like that one. I do like this one, but I don't know if I did it too big. I think that 1 foot is too big. Only way to tell is when you zoom out. Okay, I can see the problem is the shape. This is the correct shape. So these kinds of boots do have a heel. I made it a little bit too high. That's a little bit too high of a heel. There it is. It's closer to that. The other thing about this heel, the way they wear, if you have worn boots, is they wear at the back. Like that. Leather bends in a different way than cloth, so you have to, there's a stiffer material. They bend at the... Look at your own shoes, if you have some shoes that are kind of old. There we go. When I'm looking at this, I mean, is he flying backwards? Silence, fool. All right. Oh, let's do it. We're gonna do the. Let's do the focus lines. No, not copy canvas. Drawing guide. Edit drawing guide. Perspective. Put it right in the middle. Assist a drawing. Am I on the right? I am not. Take that back down. Put another one. Right there. Okay. I'm gonna pump this up a little bit. Should I go bigger? I'm looking at this. Should I go bigger? Let's take a look. Alright, let's take, first of all. I've mid-ranged him. Does it help to go bigger? I don't think it does. I'm gonna have Jersey Mike's for dinner tonight. I'm really excited about it. I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm gonna get. Oof, come back here. How about there? I think this one is too long. That's a little bit better. All right. Oops. Oops. That is about as good as I can probably get for right now. Let's go ahead and erase all the outside lines. I owe somebody a critique on their comic, which I'm going to go do. Wanted to give a thoughtful review of it. I should probably take this opportunity to remind you about our Discord, the Amazing Adventures in Comics Making Discord. We are currently in the process of putting out 2 9 volts at once. We're going to do 2 at once. It's 2 at once because one of the covers is missing on the previous one. And the new one, Weird Arcana, is on its almost ready. It's not quite ready, but it's almost ready. Take the drawing guide back out. Up here, we're going to write this as bubbles. Bubbles. That was almost good. Almost good. Almost is not good enough. All right. There we go. We could call this a done panel. It's missing the hatching that I think is kind of important to show shading and such. I mean, I did this kind of area right here, but let's put the shade behind him so the light is coming forward. In a sense, the laser blast or the stun blast or the concussion blast or whatever I'm calling it is the light. Starting a new gaming channel. I was going to be streaming on... I did some streaming on Twitch, actually. And I think I want to still do that. I think we can make this dark too. Yeah, okay. Technically, we could make this back panel like that could be dark as well. All right, let's take a look. That's the ink layer. That's the this layer. I'm going to put it on the bubbles layer. We're just going to put a sound effect. The sound effect we're using is the same one because it's the same weapon. Zakao. Let's use that. There's even more. Zakao, Zakao. So we know that Zakao is the weapon sound. That's how we know it's the same. Like, you have to keep putting these little clues in for your readers so that you be consistent, and so that they have something that they can rely on and expect, and known versus the unknown. Don't give them a lot of stuff to guess on. Don't confuse the reader. Oh, we didn't draw his gun. All right, we're going to keep going until we get this gun down. All right, first of all, I'm going to do is erase some lines. The gun can't be hindered. Don't get in front of the gun. We got to know what happened to the gun. I made up this character in 2020 for the Pulp anthology, and I remember asking somebody, "What kind of guns did they have in World War I?" Because this guy is supposed to be like a a period between the wars, but really World War One. Just after World War One, he was working for the French Foreign Legion as a independent contractor doing mapping with his airplane. And he was going to be like a barnstormer. And that's how he ends up in the savage land here. Gotta put some debris, even though it's not really debris. He's dropped the gun, though. Alright, there we go. There we go. I was turning the pencil off. But now, okay. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Follow me for more comics every day. I will be drawing every day, every day, every day. I'm going to enter also Dee Dee's drawing prompt fun. It's not like an official thing. It's just like a for fun thing, right? To draw a magical boarding school girl, I think is what the first one is. Prompt. So, I mean, I guess it could be actual Hogwarts. It doesn't have to be Hogwarts. It could be you make up your own boarding school. All right. Talk to you later.